Okay, so for number 3 here, perimeter and area. Taking what we did in geometry, let's apply a little algebra to it. Perimeter, add up all sides. We have two sides that are 2x plus 2, and we have two sides that are 5x. So just like we would have done for any type of thing, two sides of 2x plus 2, two sides of 5x. Just then use our properties we've been talking about. Distribute. 4x plus 4, 10x. Put it into standard form always. And that's the best we can say. 14x plus 4. Perimeter is 1 dimension, so units. For area, length times width. And it just so happens in this case, 5x times 2x plus 2. Distribute. 10x squared plus 10x. Watch those type of small things out. They're easy to make mistakes on. And my units are units squared. Number 4, define a variable and write an equation for the following phrase. The width of a rectangle. So I get a rectangle here, length and width. The width of the rectangle is means equals 6 less than 3 times the length. So less than is one of those things where we rewrite the order, meaning 3L minus 6, 3 times the length minus 6. So if you say like 6 less than 10, you're going to do 10 minus 6 to give you 4. So it's kind of like rearranging the order on less than. You got to be careful for that. So this is the equation that I wanted you to create, is just the width is 3L minus 6. Now to define the variable at the top, well, what does the L and the W mean? Length and W for width. That's what I mean by define a variable. And then write an equation is then this right here, based off of the sentence, okay? This can be used for word problems through geometry and more into algebra 2, all right? All right, example 5. If possible, give me an example of the following. There is more than one answer. As long as it meets a cubic binomial, you are good to go. Cubic is x to the third, binomial is 2 terms, so I want something that is meeting that. 5x to the third minus 6x squared. Negative 7x to the third plus 2. Negative 13 over halves x to the third minus or plus 4x. Who cares? Cubic binomial. A little bit more here. Quadratic is x squared. Trinomial is 3 terms. Coefficient of the quadratic term is negative. Okay. Let's go even simpler. Negative x squared. The coefficient of the linear term is divisible by 3. 6 is divisible by 3. And the coefficient of the linear term is x to the first, x to the second, okay. And the constant is negative. All right, there's an example. Here comes another example. Those are all matching up. Okay, cubic trinomial, x to the third with 3 terms, all right. The coefficient of the cubic term is a multiple of 4, so 4, 8, 12, 16, and blah, 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 that is also divisible by 6. So of those multiples, that's also divisible by 6. Let's take the 12. The coefficient of the quadratic term is a factor of 24. So two numbers that multiply to give you together to give you 24. That is not 1 and 24. So 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Those are all factors. So we can't use it, so let's use 1 and 24. So let's use 2. And the coefficient of the linear term is negative. The coefficient of the linear term is negative number that is divisible by 2, 3, and 5. So I want some number that can be divided by 2, 3, and 5. And I was thinking of 30. Linear is x to the first. Again, more than one answer here. Instead of that, I could have said 24, x to the third plus 4x squared plus 60x. Make sure it meets